okay, getting the first pick.
Get 3, Pyro, get 3 with the
Blade Kick putting on a clinic. Whole team's down. Oh!
Experience tranquility.
Welcome to the finals of the preseason finals for the Discord tier of Overwatch Tranquility. We have Flying Lions versus Battalion. This is going to be an exciting game. I'm very excited for it. We have a whole new season. We have new teams, new faces, pretty much everywhere. It's going to be exciting. I'm pretty excited. I am K-Wing. I'm here with Gizmo. We will be your casters. What are we thinking for this match, Gizmo?
Well, I know for one thing, we were going to see some Genji since he's still a top tier character to pick. I know Mudkip really plays well on him. I'm hoping maybe we can see a contest between him and Upsetting's Widow. I look forward to seeing PDK on something other than Junkrat, and I know he's looking forward to doing something like that as well.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think we're going to have a really good match.
Absolutely. So going into our first map of Nepal, setting the tone here for this match. Both of these teams seem to have been unstoppable going through their respective brackets. I mean, both teams seem to have only dropped a few maps going in.
Yeah, very strong start to a preseason. Now, of course, as we all know, preseason isn't an indicator for what the actual season is going to look like, but it's good to show what you can do from the get-go and really put a target on your back so that way you have the pressure on you all season long, trying to make sure the other teams know who they're messing with.
Absolutely so. So getting into Nepal, as we start to get into this map, what are we thinking for team comps?
Nepal is a classic. You're going to probably run into some Junkrat. He's very strong on all 3 maps. I wouldn't be surprised if we see May Reaper on Village. Might see some Symmetra. Definitely going to see some Ashe, some Zen. Who knows? We could even catch up with some Pharmacy because this map is very well known in Tranquility for a Pharmacy map. So I think as far as the DPS pools go, this is going to be one of the more broader maps we'll get tonight. Tank comps is probably going to be a lot of double shield or some brawl, maybe a little bit of dive, but who knows? We're about to find out. So
yeah. All right. We have some ball coming in, some Rhine ball coming in on the side of Flying Lions, and that is something that we were talking about before we went live here. We're looking for ball on. We were actually thinking of ball from Battalion, but and as soon as I start talking about it, they switch off it. We have the Rhine Sigma. Seems like we're gonna have an interesting first match here. As both teams leave the gates. We do have the Sim TP coming out from Battalion, and PDK going on his signature Junkrat.
Here it comes.
As we get into this first team fight, both teams will split up engage there from Flying Lions, but still we have a... Flying Lions does get point control first, so Battalion will have to approach them in order to capture the point. WASD does get caught out, has to have the Immortality come out, but Capital gets a little too aggressive and upsetting, getting the pick off onto Sipping Phantom, but a couple picks coming in on both sides. We have a little bit of a scrappy fight here, but it does seem like Flying Lions are going to have point control here. PDK on this Junkrat, very, very well known for it, and he's gonna try and, gets the pick on the Junkrat, very clean, but gets taken down by Kajuro, and still both sides it seems like not rolling not giving an inch as in this fight, as Immortality Fields come out again, just to show you how long this fight has been going on. But Flying Lions are going to come out very, very strong here, taking, with this blade coming out, getting 2, but does get taken down by Mudkip as well. So we have very interesting first fight there, very long one, very drawn out, so a lot of ultimates generated there.
Yeah, very strong, upsetting, showing that he is not just the Widow one-trick, being able to really take control with that Ashe. PDK, though, almost had a tire within one fight.
Yeah, their tire comes in, gets 2! That's amazing. That is very, very good for them to come out and get that tire so big immediately, but Sushi does go down. It's not immediately over, and PDK gets another on this Junkrat. We may think of him as a Junkrat one-trick, but he is out here proving that he is darn good at it.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And PDK definitely knows his round with the J Silly. That was just a clear evidence in his capabilities with him. He was 88% by the end of the first fight, and he's definitely taking advantage of it.
Yeah, a lot of ultimates coming in. We have 4 on the side of Flying Lions, and we have 3 approaching 4 immediately. Z goes down almost instantly, and Upsetting is very low, and they don't have that Immortality Field, which is a crucial ultimate. The Shatter comes out, doesn't seem to catch anyone, but Kajuro does catch MB Compton out, and WASD very, very low here, does get caught out. Upsetting, not going to make this a clean wipe, but it does look like Upsetting getting 2 there in this fight, but it is going to go the way of Battalion.
I'm gonna throw it out there. PDK had a nice little 4K right there. The Bongo Sippin' Fanta was just a nice little ult just to claim the win. So, good call on Sip.
Yeah. And again, talking about PDK's Junkrat, he has another Riptire. That very, very clutch ultimate that got 2 opening picks in a couple fights ago is up again. Flanking around, just waiting. The halt comes out. That's a dangerous combo. Gets 2. Even with the Immortality Field, gets 2. That is crucial. And again, Kakuru Centro burning. Will get healed up. And just building percentage is Battalion here. And Mudkip, with all these picks, I don't even know if Flying Lions is going to be able to touch here.
We'll have to use Rally to get a clean touch, but I don't think it will be enough.
Yeah. We need to see if they're going to touch. Dual rallies come out. They do get the overtime touch, but it's immediately broken. Upsetting goes down. Prime goes down. Flying Lions just needs to have people on there and hope for a miracle here. WASD spinning to win on this Wrecking Ball. Does try and go, but he gets very, very low there. Everyone on Flying Lions very low here. Very, very tough to retake a point in overtime. You really just have to hope for a miracle, and a miracle Flying Lions will not get. That is round 1 for Battalion, a strong showing.
Mudkip and PDK's DPS duo was just dominant. Mudkip and Upsetting were having amazing Ashe duels there. You honestly wouldn't think it was an Ashe duel. You think it would be a Widow duel the way that they don't have a Mercy Pocket with them.
Yeah.
But I have to give it both to PDK and Kajuro because both of them were effective on their teams. They were building the ult charge the quickest for the DPS. Being strong on both sides, just unfortunately, PDK's Junkrat just tipped the scale in their favor a little bit more than the Genji did.
It really did. It really did. And as we come out here, we see PDK on the Junkrat again. Just such an X factor here because it's very rarely played at this tier. You don't usually see the Junkrat, but it's a very powerful hero. 120 damage on those grenades, and he's able to shoot them out so quickly. It's very, very tough, and he's able to get so much spam damage, but he's taking so much spam damage himself. Nearly goes down there. And we do see Flying Lions get point control, but Battalion have the high ground. So it's these two just duel of advantage to see which team will press their advantages the best and which team will take the point. Flying Lions does take the point. Oh, Z catches PDK out with the damage orb. But still, there's a lot coming in from Battalion here. They're still shooting from all angles. As Cairo walled up the Reinhardt. That was an amazing play. Surprising out Battalion who were on that high ground. They have to push back there.
Oh, that was one of the best made plays I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
That was textbook. Using the wall for something other than cutting off a tank and getting an easy pick, lifting up. Oh.
Yeah, you don't really see that happening much. And upsetting is getting caught out a little bit there. Does hide behind the pillar and is able to roll away. But very, very close for him. We don't have a lot of ultimates coming out. We do have some people very close to ultimates. WASD goes very, very low. We have the Coalescence on the side of Flying Lions, and the Amplification Matrix coming out from Capital gets PDK, the High Noon. See if it doesn't. He does not activate it in time, and Battalion just getting the picks necessary to end this fight. Capital getting a good handful of picks there, as well as PDK getting a couple as well.
You know, that was a good play on both sides. Cap with a huge window opportunity, as I like throwing that out there. And, you know, having that immortality ready for the High Noon, being able to stop upsetting from, you know, changing the fight back into Flying Lion's favor.
Absolutely. What is Cairo doing there? Oh, he gets a very big arrow there. Able to see everyone, but Mudkip does get the pick off onto upsetting. Very important, and that will basically force them to reset. Does go on the flank there. Nearly finds Mudkip. Cairo. Very, very good pick on from him, and that will put Battalion down for this upcoming fight. They need to press their advantage here. The Rip Tower does come in for PDK. Immediately gets shot, but gets two. PDK can do no wrong on this Junkrat.
Activating the barrier.
And it's just cleanup for Battalion here. MB Compton takes down upsetting very late, and that is a very, very good pick off late in the fight. That's going to delay the retake from Flying Lions. Is going to delay their next push.
Yeah, I'm gonna say right now with the double shield comps, you know, you have the Ryan and the Sigma and the Rissa Sigma. I'm gonna have to say right now, I think the Rissa Sigma is just a little bit stronger with having the pulls instead of you know, a walking shield.
Both the Baptistes go down. They trade the Baptiste. Flying Lions having pressure on the point, but the Gravitic Flux lifts people up, lifts the entire team up. Both Gravitic Fluxes do go out. A bunch of picks come out, both for Flying Lions and Battalion. But it does seem like Flying Lions might be getting the best of it. Prime gets a pick on MD Compton. Mudkip gets a pick on Prime, though. It's not over. Oh, but it is. And, however, overtime is reached. Battalion just needs to retake this point one time. And they have both support ults compared to pretty much nothing on the side of Flying Lions. It's going to be very, very tough for Flying Lions to defend this point with the two ultimates that just come out now, with the immortality, with the amplification matrix and the rally coming in. That is, Z goes very, very low, but is able to escape. And PDK does get a trap in. Cairo has the dragons here. Is going to throw them out, but the immortality's there. Cairo does find Mudkip. The Kyra comes in, and it finds WASD, and Battalion are finding the picks for this. It does go into overtime, but PDK finding a triple in this fight, and that is going to be it. Round 2 and the map going to Battalion. Pretty good showing for them.
Yes, huge plays by PDK, huge plays by Mudkip. And let's not forget the Sigma Orisa combo. I mean, they were taking ample time with their pulls. You know, that cooldown grab can't go wrong. You just can't.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's just so much. There's just so much that you can do with that halt.
Yeah, I mean, you take both sides, and like I was saying before, you've got the double shield meta on both sides, but it's whether you want to have a grav on hand almost every 30 seconds, or if you want to just run a mobile shield that has more health. And to be honest with you, as great as Ryan and Sigma can comp together, the Orisa pull can just give so much more value to the team. And clearly Battalion has shown that tonight, along with not only the Sigma, but with Dynamite and with Jay Silly all over the place. I mean, PDK, you know, you make Jake OW proud tonight the way you've been playing. So keep it up, kid. You know, you're coming to start the season 5 very well. I like it. I love the energy you bring to your team. I love everything that we see. So we got Hanamura up next. Love this map. This is one of my favorite 2CP maps, and you know, people don't typically like 2CP, but I think everyone can agree the Shimada Brothers home is one that no one could fault on because it gives challenges both to offense and defense.
It really does. It is a difficult map on both sides. Attacking is very, very difficult with the very tight choke at the front of point, and the far spawns of point A make it tough to defend as well. And there's just so much that you can do on Hanamura, both attacking and defending. It's a place of Symmetra teleporters, of weird bastion strategies. Honestly, if you've been anywhere near Overwatch and you've seen Hanamura played, you've seen a lot of different and a lot of crazy strategies.
And I doubt we'll see this tonight, but I mean, ball hog torture all day long on Hanamura. No one questions it, but it happens sometimes. So you really can just get about any composition on this map.
Yeah, Hanamura, despite being in Japan, it is as close to the Wild West as we have in Overwatch. So, coming out with the rosters for PD, we have PDK on the Junkrat again. We have pretty much the same roster for Battalion as they had on Nepal. And I mean, like we said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that seems to be the strategy for Battalion. The Junkrat strategy isn't broken so far, and it doesn't look like they're going to fix it.
I mean, yeah. And Mudkip's Ash has been looking phenomenal. He'll be able to get the off angles with his, Sigma MB Compton. So why not take advantage of it?
Absolutely. But we do have the Pharah Mercy combo, which is usually a counter to the Junkrat. But Mudkip has been playing pretty well on that hit scan Ash. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what's going to happen when these two forces collide. Immediately, this aggression from Flying Lions gets them through this choke that I was talking about, the very, very tight choke. But PDK takes an off angle, gets a lot of poke onto the side of Flying Lions and forces the Immortality to be able to come out. MB Compton getting the pick onto Cairo, and that is a fight win for Battalion there, with MB Compton going pretty aggressive. He might get caught out there if he's not careful, but he does push them back almost to spawn. He pushes Flying Lions back so far.
Yeah.
And
huge pull on the Orisa, just adding that extra stagger in, towards the end of the fight, really, just seals the deal.
Absolutely. And again, it seems like the amplification matrix comes out, but it seems like the strategy of Battalion is not to contest them at this tight choke, as a lot of people normally would, but to contest them once they get through it. And again, they get the pick off onto WASD, and the rest is forced out, which is a big throw. Let's see this tire from PDK goes on the off route, and we have the Gravitic Flux and the tire coming in. It's triple kill from PDK with that Gravitic Flux and tire combo, with MB Compton finding 2 of his own and 4 kills for PDK in that fight.
I mean, PDK, they have children. Okay, some of them I'm sure have children right now, and you're just embarrassing the parents.
They have
Calm
families,
down.
PDK.
Calm down. We get it. You are the King Junkrat in train.
Yeah. We have a lot of ultimates coming out already. We have the supercharger from Sippin' Fanta, but Sippin' Fanta immediately gets destroyed by the window coming out from Prime, and that is a huge loss on the side of Battalion. Flying Lions is going to be able to get point presence because of that, so it's now going to be Battalion's job to get back onto the point. The Bob is going to stall it out for them, but they need to push on point. The halt and Gravitic Flux is going to give them some time. Pyro finding Mudkip. They're going to invest the... Ooh! Pyro getting 2 picks on both supports there. They invested the Amplification Matrix into that fight. Capital did. And it is very unfortunate because he immediately dies from it. Sip and Fanta trying to come back on the ball. Gets 1 pick, but it will be point A for Flying Lions. 4 minutes to capture point B. Very doable. Very doable.
Yeah. K Rose just absolutely dominant on the Shimada brother right there, just showing it's his home territory. I love it.
Absolutely. And this fight is going to be very, very influential as the Bob does rush in on the point. Is going to force the issue for Battalion. They have to get on the point to contest so that Bob does not get a tick or Flying Lions completely free. They do, and Capital does get the pick off onto the Bob, but oh, it seems like a halt came through and tore some of the members of Flying Lions onto that bottom. PDK using the tire there does get 2 off of that, and PDK just incredible showing here. Again, just putting on a Junkrat clinic.
That whole play right there has to go to Sippin though. I mean, just keeping control of the situation, you know, being the stronger Orisa, you know, the pull combos, like I said before, just dominating the double shield battle right now. Just dominating the grab on cooldown. Just
Absolutely. That
absolute
ult
force.
Forcing the members of Flying Lions off of that bridge and just leaving them with almost nowhere to go. That is an incredible play by Sippin. And Tank, very underappreciated role, but Sippin definitely getting a lot of value out of it. And these windows are going to face each other. Capital does go down here, but MB Compton finds 2. That's amazing. Oh, gets stunned out of the Critic Flux. But it does look like this is going to be a 1 fight for Battalion here. 2 minutes on the clock for Flying Lions to try and piece an attack together.
MB, my heart goes out to you on that play. You would have had a 5K right there. Oh, Burger Ninja just had to deny you it. What a beautiful, you know, rock stun right there.
He absolutely did. And this fight for Flying Lions is going to be critical because they have the ultimate advantage. They have the Gravitic Flux. They have the Bob. They have the beat. When Battalion doesn't really have a lot. They have Bob. They're coming up on a couple ults, but if they push in quick before these ults are charged, they will be able to get a very good. They'll be able to get a good fight here. PDK getting 2, but they do get the pick from the Bob there. The rally coming in on the side of Battalion. Mudkip, the Bob's dueling on point as well, and that was a good defense by Battalion there. Probably the best you could have wanted with the ultimate disadvantage that they had there. And now only the Dragon Strike from Cairo. It's going to be very, very tough for Flying Lions there. The Dragons come in and the Immortality is there for an answer. Again, Greninja gets trapped. The Immortality Field is there to protect him, but that is a crucial resource there, and he does go down for it. PDK, an incredible trap onto Greninja, and gets the pick onto Prime as well. Just pumping in the damage. MB Compton getting a double as well. Oh my goodness.
Just PDK just dominating the DPS right now.
Absolutely. Greninja going to be going onto the ball to get the overtime here. Will get the overtime, but PDK gets a double kill on to the people trying to contest for overtime. They're just trying to contest, and PDK does not let them.
I have lost count of how many tires he's had just this one round. But, I mean, the J Silly King wears his crown nice and proudly.
This is disgusting by PDK.
You know, one thing I would have loved, though, to see from the Fighting Lions was maybe a change up in their route. They were running the Ashe, and Ashe in a double shield meta gets more value taking the off angle. you got to see it a lot happen on Nepal, where Mudkip was always taking the off angle. And first point on here, you saw Mudkip and PDK taking the off cross angles. It's a poke battle, and that's why Mudkip and PDK have been the more dominating force tonight when it comes to the DPS lineup.
Yeah,
they take their time. They poke when the one's not poking, and they're able just to catch people off guard. And PDK, I think he had 4 or 5 tires just in that one fight, on that one round. I mean, so it's definitely something that Fighting Lions need to take a hold of. We're going to see Kairos here with his own little J Silly. So
yeah, his own he's gonna come at the king, and we will see if he misses or not. So this is going to be interesting from Cairo to see.
It's like watching Cold Stone Steve Austin versus The Rock. Who's going to have the belt at the end of the day?
I'm gonna pretend like I got that reference. We're getting into this. We're getting into this round 2 of Hanamura, of Battalion's attack here. And we have the Zen here. It's very, very powerful because Sip and Fanta, you see, has the Discord on him, and he's just going to get melted as whenever he peeks his head out. Whoever has that Discord on them is just going to be focused down and melted. The Immortality Field does come out, and just so much damage coming through, but somehow it seems Battalion gets through unscathed. Cairo doing very good at spamming down hallways at places where it's very, very hard to avoid these grenades. And look at the ult difference. Cairo at almost full charge, while PDK barely at 40%. We're gonna see this ult come out from Cairo, but we do have a very, very... Oh, the tire taken down by Sip and Fanta there. And we have the amplification matrix from Capital puts a lot of pressure onto Flying Lions on this attack. And this has been a very, very long attack so far. Crimson throwing out the Bob is going to go on the flank there. That's an incredible Bob placement there. Goes on the flank. Very, very hard to deal with. And Flying Lions takes down this attack from Battalion, and that is a lot of time off of their time bank Battalion. Almost 2 minutes for that one attack.
You gotta give Crimson props for that Bob placement. Like I said, Ashe is the character that gets most value on off angles, but also Ashe provides the 7th man. If you give the 7th man an off angle, why not? There's not enough pressure on the Bob if it's a mid fight. So good call, Brian.
Absolutely, just giving them too many things to deal with. We see the Gravitic Flux coming in from Greninja, and that's a lot of people up there. The Immortality Field does have to come out early, and that is incredibly important in these battles, is to have these immortalities. And when they come out, if you can force out immortality early, oh, PDK gets the pick onto his doppelganger Cairo. But Prime finds a pick onto Mudkip, and those are 1 DPS down for each of these teams. PDK on this flanking route gets the tire onto 2 both supports. PDK, oh my gosh. And that looks like, and a third for PDK as well onto WASD. And PDK with a 5K. Oh my goodness. But it might not be over yet.
PDK, Capital owes you huge time. I know he got, tossed when he was placing his window, but you took the tiniest little sliver just to give you the advantage on the damage. And that was just big brain plays right there by PDK.
Mm-hmm. And now, all the Battalion has to do is get to 34.8%, the percentage that Flying Lions got on their attack, and they will win this map. But since Flying Lions got to that first tick, even just barely, they have to get that. And Greninja getting the early pick onto PDK, this tire from Cairo, gonna take a little flanking route there, but it's gonna catch people off guard there. Oh, fine. 3. Cairo taking his time with that rip tire. Finds 3 with it, and he's not done.
Kairos, you clearly had your notebook out, because you've been learning from PDK, and you're now showing that the student has become the master with the tires.
Yeah. But again, going into this attack, if Battalion does not get 34%, Flying Lions will take the map. So, looking at the ultimates here, a lot of ults for Battalion. This is a very, very important fight for them. If Flying Lions can weather the storm a little bit and get their ultimates up, they might be able to take this fight. The Amplification Matrix comes down, and PDK getting picked off early again. That is brutal, losing your Junkrat in this matchup. Battalion's still going to be pushing through. The Gravitic Flux does come in, doesn't find any picks directly, but anyone caught in that is going to lose half of their health. And Extra Shape goes down because of it, and that is another one fight for Flying Lions. A good showing, as a lot of ults went down for Battalion there.
Yeah, huge pick by Kairos off PDK. You take PDK out, you take a lot of spam and damage out. You pretty much take their win condition right there.
Yeah.
And now Flying Lions almost have an equal ult economy. Actually, they come out a little heavier than them. So
yeah, a lot of ults. 5 on the side of Flying Lions, but a lot of ults on the side of Battalion. We see the Gravitic Flux come in. We see the Transcendence as well come in, and Extra Shape does go down. This Riptire may be important, but it gets immediately shredded by PDK. The Amplification Matrix comes out, and the Supercharger goes down. Prime is going to get caught out here. Oh, trying to take an off angle, gets caught out before he's even able to drop. And Prime, that is a very important ultimate that's lost there. Oh, PDK getting Immortality and Greninja. It's incredible. He's able to find these, and Mudkip gets 2 as well. 3 from Mudkip. That is 4 for Mudkip. And PDK has such an ability to, even when the Immortality field is out, find picks with his Riptire, and that is map 2 for Battalion.
I mean, beautiful plays by PDK, beautiful plays by Mudkip, and Kairos, you had some wonderful plays as well. You know, Crimson taking the off angles, like I was saying. You know, both Ashes and Junkrats were doing what their jobs were. The tanks, you know, getting some really good pull combinations, getting some real good fluxes. Even though the score right now is 2-0, if you've been watching since the beginning, you know these fights have been intense. There's not been one fight that I can say was one-sided. They've been prolonged, and you'll have ults being thrown one left out of the other, and boom. Both Junkrats had their tires almost immediately again after one fight of using it. So huge plays for them.
The amount of spam damage coming in from both sides here is just incredible, and I don't even know what we're going to see when we come back from halftime. It's going to be very exciting. Flying Lions down 2-0 here. It's going to be something very interesting. It's going to be really interesting when we come back, and I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking for some big windows too. Both Baptiste and both sides had some beautiful windows. You know, Capital got a little pull to the side and messed this window up, but like I said before, PDK, big brain, my man, big brain. You were able to, able to use it. So, kudos to you, my friend. Kudos to you.
Absolutely. Yeah, and when we come back from halftime, we're going to go into our third map, and we're going to see if Flying Lions can pull it back from this 2-0 that they have gotten themselves into.
And stick around, because NPC's got a message for you as well.
We do. He does.
I'm NPC, the Tranquility Hammer. Have you lost Overwatch games due to smurfs, levers, or throwers? Have you been on the same team as Bard? You may be entitled to compensation.
I used to be in silver. Thanks to NPC and the Overwatch Tranquility community gear, I'm now a gold Moira player, spawn camping Ice, the Season 3 Discord tier MVP. Thanks, NPC!
Go to my website right now and let me fight for discounts for you. Go to owtranquility.org and click store, or go to shop.spreadshirt.com/owtranquility.
I've asked to remain anonymous for my safety, but I'm an admin in an Overwatch community. It can be exhausting work. But these shirts, they're so cheap, I have shirts to burn. And now thanks to NPC, I can own the Zoomers, and I can do it in style.
I'm going to hammer down prices of Tranquility merchandise this week. Up to 15%. If you place your order on July 29th or July 30th, you'll get 15% off your entire order. Go to my website now to get the SR and the Tranquility gear that you deserve. Tranquility merchandise does not guarantee victories in Overwatch or increase in skill rating. 15% off, valid on orders placed on July 29th and 30th at Spreadshirt.com.
And we're back with the Discord preseason finals between Battalion and Flying Lions. Before we went to break, we had Battalions going up 2-0, now on match point, on tournament point for taking this entire tournament. And it is going to be a tough road for Flying Lions. They're going to have to reverse sweep if they want to win this thing. They're going to have to be a bit perfect if they want to win this. And let's see if they can. And we're back. So, Gizmo.
Yep.
What do you think that Flying Lions have to change or do better or more of or less of getting into map 3 on Eichenwald here?
So, like I've been saying with PDK, if it ain't broke, fix it. Well, they're going to need to fix one, their pathing. They already have a strong feeling that PDK is going to run the Junkrat, so tight, narrow spaces isn't the best options. We actually saw Battalion do it where they try to underneath on the second point of Hanamura. So I think if they can find a way to split their comp a little bit, maybe do a 4-2, be able to get the off angles, get around the double shield, they should be able to really turn things around for them. But at the same time, Battalion's just been doing that all night, so you're going to have to pick and choose. Dive might even be an option for them, especially coming up on Eichenwald. It's, a good hybrid map. First point, not necessarily the best for dive, but once you get the point and all that, you can swap to the dive. You can really put the pressure on the Ashe. She doesn't have the Mercy pocket with her. If she has a Sigma, you'll just have to watch out for the accretion. But other than that, it's a good backup option. That's how you beat poke. You got to dive into it because you can't brawl up through it and you can't go through a narrow choke.
Yeah.
But Battalion, they just got to keep up what they're doing, So that's all I have to say for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Second point in Eichenwald is very, very much a dive point, and I'm interested to see if Battalion or Flying Lions pulls it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some Widow on this map. Eichenwald, it's kind of like Gibraltar. There's good angles you can get. There's good high ground you can get. We'll definitely see some Ashe for sure. I'm sure we'll see some Jake, some little J Silly every now and then. Maybe we'll see some Pharmacy again. There's a little more angles you can get from on this map than you can from first point at Hanamura. So they might try that as well.
Absolutely. Very excited to see what compositions we have coming out of both of these teams here.
I wouldn't even be surprised if we even saw a Symmetra Telly strat.
Yeah.
Ready for battle.
Ooh.
Very interesting.
I'm liking the look of Mudkip on the Doomfist. We might get to see some clean rollouts from him.
Yeah. You can see a lot of very interesting stuff here with the Doomfist.
And like I said before, you're going to see the upsetting on the Pharah with Prime as his pocket.
Yeah.
Getting Cinnamon on the Ana with Kairos, on the Ashe. So you've got Mercy with 2 great DPS you can work with. You've got a healer that can sustain their team through fights pretty well. So it's just going to be an interesting matchup for PDK to try to work around it.
Speaking of upsetting, we have Mudkip switching off of that Doomfist onto the Ashe. But Flying Lions are going to get out here and upsetting, taking a lot of damage, immediately getting taken down by Capital. That will get rezzed by Prime, but that is an important ability gone for Flying Lions, and it's a very important message being sent from Battalion.
What a huge dynamite.
Yeah, that was a very huge dynamite. PDK gets very low, however. Does look like he won't get taken down, but MD Compton, every time someone gets healed, it seems like someone else goes low, and Capital, upsetting. Getting 2 picks onto Capital and PDK and on Sushi. That's a triple for upsetting there. Triple for him. And Mudkip getting a couple, but upsetting.
What a beautiful recovery about upsetting. Not letting, the deterioration of getting taken down by Baptiste get to him. And like I said before, if they can take those off angles, that's Double Shield's weakness. once you get behind the double shield, Orisa can only shed her shield every 8 seconds. Sigma has a 2-second, window before he can throw his shield back up and replace it. So it's great by Upsetting to take those off angles like that.
Yeah. And Upsetting just gets rocked by MD Compton there. The res will come out again, but still, it seems like all of Prime's res is going on to Upsetting here. So definitely making use of the chances that he's getting there, but very important ability again coming out there. PDK on the Tracer here, taking off angles, and WASD does go down. That is an important pick off. That main tank going down, and another pick onto Upsetting. Mudkip getting 2, and that is going to be, PDK gets slept, but the Immortality Field coming out. Very nice from Capital.
I think Capital is a little generous to PDK right there. It's a big cooldown to waste, like right there, and now that we have Upsetting on the Widow, it could cost him.
It could, absolutely. But, I mean, it might have been either that or PDK getting taken out off of that sleep. So, they do see a little glimpse of Flying Lions over on that right side, and they do shoot them down, but Flying Lions, very smart, waiting out that amplification matrix, and they're going to try and, I think, get up on this level, but it's going to be very, very tough for them because there's a lot of stuff there, and WASD gets nanoed, but he gets knocked away, and that nano goes to waste. MB Compton getting 2 off the Gravitic Flux.
Once again, Stiff and Vantage is huge with the pulls.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, you did have the Bob come out, which helped lift him up, but it was the initial pull from the Orisa that got the Nano Ryan over the side.
I do think we're going to have a switch from Upsetting here, going on to the Genji. This is the first time we've seen the Genji in this match, which is surprising.
Actually,
Genji
no,
has
we had Kairos on Genji on Nepal.
Oh yeah, we did. It was very, very brief there. I must have forgotten that. Thank you. But that was a very nice pull there from Sip and Fanta. Captured a lot of people and allowed Mudkip to get that pick onto Cinnamon, and Capital getting another pick onto Upsetting. And with that switch, we do have the Nano Blade that will be a tool for Flying Lions. Very powerful combination of ultimates, but Sip and Fanta catching Kairos and Greninja out very late.
I just love it when a Baptiste can capitalize on some DPS going for him.
Yeah, a lot of ultimates. 3 on the side of Flying Lions and 2 on the side of Battalion. Both support ults for Battalion and both tank ults for Flying Lions along with the Bob. Gonna be very interesting to see. And again, they're trying to push through that stairway there. And it's gonna be very interesting. Upsetting though, on the flank, does get a lot of damage in before he's able to drop down there. And gets taken down by Capital though. Capital been very, very good bloodthirsty support there. WASD with the Shatter looking to get something big, but he's very surrounded, very low. He is not going to go down immediately, but a lot of people on a lot of the characters on Flying Lions is going to go down there. The Nano comes out onto WASD. They're going to try and retake this, but the Shatter comes in on 6 HP. Gets the kill onto Capital, but the Blade comes in. It also, Flying Lions very much convinced that this is going to be a winnable fight, and they might be making it winnable here. Mudkip does get the pick onto Upsetting, but the Pulse Bomb coming in onto Kairos, and that was very brutal for Flying Lions. There are a lot of ultimates invested in that fight, and it did push the payload, but they did not get a decisive team fight win.
An interesting question. How to make the payload
40
move
seconds
once
left
again.
for Flying Lions, and it's going to be very, very tough for them. They do have 3 ultimates there. They have the Gravitic Flux. They do have the Gravitic Flux on the side of Battalion comes out. Oh, Capital getting the pick onto Upsetting off of that Gravitic Flux. Flying Lions going to force the issue on the payload here, but immediately Battalion will drop down very aggressively. Capital getting the pick on the Cairo, and oh, Capital getting pinned by WASD. And WASD is going to push very, very well, but Mudkip just sitting up on high ground with that supercharger by him. With that supercharger, is just going to be able to get so many picks onto Prime. Nano has to come in onto Greninja there to even get to clean up that team fight. And we do see Kairos on the Doomfist just to get back. And we do have Sippin on the ball as well. Gets slept, but stalling out the cart there. Or, oh, a good shatter on the members of Battalion as they're regrouping for another contest, and they might not get to contest for point B here. The Baptiste, the only one who can really touch, but he's down, and that is point B. Barely captured for Flying Lions. They have a minute 30 to get to point C.
What a beautiful play by WASD. I mean, and with some style points too, you know, showing his back, waiting for them to come to the door and just shattering them right there. Denied. Okay, you got the S key going for you, not the W.
Yeah, Mudkip getting the pick on the upsetting. That is crucial for them to try and stabilize here. And any stabilization for Battalion could be deadly for Flying Lions. They really, really want to finish this map here. They want to get to point C so that they can have a good showing and make sure that they will not be defeated in this next round. Big pick on WASD a little late there, and it is going to be Flying Lions trying to regroup and be confident on the flank here. Very, very close to the Grid Flux is going to go off the flank, but that could have been very, very crucial. Oh, Cairo getting hit by PDK, who has switched to the Junkrat. The Pulse Bomb does come out in the Immortality Field, will prevent it, but that is that Immortality Field coming out. That very important ult. The rally comes out, not a lot of ults coming in. And Greninja will use the Grid Flux, but MB Compton does come back right again, and Battalion. Mudkip's getting 2, and that's just it. No one is going to be able to touch on the side of Flying Lions. That is just a team kill, and that is point 2 points, 37 meters for Flying Lions, and that is the point that Battalion needs to get to win this map and this match.
You know, Eichenwald is a very fun map for a hybrid map. You know what the hardest part of this map is?
What is that?
It's not the final point, no. Honestly, it's the first and second point combined. With such a small choke that you have to go through with just little options, and not to mention just the nice U-turn you have to make around the castle wall just to get the second point. It gives so many opportunities for a lot of mid-fights to continue, which we got to see there. And I'm going to say one thing, WASD, I know people like saying charging to Narnia, but you charged to Wendy's, my friend. You saw fast food, and you capitalized on it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. WASD had a lot of very clutch charges there, and it's going to be really interesting. I mean, we've definitely seen a lot of attacks on Eichenwald stall out right at the end of that second point, so it is very doable on the side for Flying Lions to defend this point. We do see WASD going to go take an aggressive fire strike to see if it can get him any ult charge, and it does. 12% immediately towards that Earth Shatter, a very crucial ultimate. Do have upsetting on the Pharah with the Brig backline, and oh, Mudkip just immediately deletes upsetting, and no mercy to res means that Flying Lions are going to be down 1. WASD going very aggressive, gets caught off from his team, pins Sushi on the way back. That is incredible from WASD. And again, just pinning all the way to the bank. And he has the shatter already. Finds a cube, but is immediately deleted by Mudkip. Again, Kairos on this Hanzo does finding some value with that storm arrows. is going to catch out Capital, who does find upsetting again on that Pharah. And Flying Lions, it seemed doomed at the start with the loss of upsetting really quickly, but they turned it around and they defended first point.
Now we're gonna see upsetting on the J Silly. You know, Eichenwald is a beautiful map for Junkrat.
It
Especially
really
that
is.
first point.
And Battalion being very smart, waiting out this immortality field here.
Like I said before, WASD is hungry. He wants to win this map, so he's going to be aggressive.
PDK going for, he must have seen this trick on Reddit here, going for a triple mine play here, perhaps on this Junkrat, sending down the mines. Tyre comes in, does catch Kairos, but a lot of picks came in for Flying Lions. The PDK finding 3. Oh my goodness, PDK.
I'm sure if you asked him, he was the one that did that Reddit move.
And the Bob coming in, gonna find Greninja, and that will be point A for Battalion off of the back of PDK on that Junkrat. Kairos is going to try and stall out, but is not going, but not for long.
Oh,
point
sipping. Come on now. It was a feeble attempt, but it was an attempt.
And oh, that was a crucial halt from Sippin. Taking the Baptiste off. Does have the Exo boots to get back on though. And he must have caught a few others as they're going to be trying to get back up, but Battalion is already there waiting to intercept them. Greninja with the Gravitic Flux is going to catch Mudkip, and it doesn't look like Flying Lions may stabilize here. But,
oh, what a huge pull, Sippin Fanta. Once again, just showing dominance with that grab on cooldown.
Nearly caught Greninja as well, but Greninja is able to land on that little tiny platform in that pit. Very, very good pull from Sippin there. Catching WASD with the Shatter as well. That is an ult that they will not have. The Shatter comes in, catches 2. PDK and Sushi go down. And that will be Flying Lions stabilizing at a very critical point here.
That's better.
Very critical point. Battalion has such a long spawn distance.
What a great revenge play by WASD right there. He came back with a Shatter and was just ready to stop the push.
Oh, upsetting. Just spamming into that little hallway. Catches Capital with the Fire Strike as well. The Pulse Bomb does come out. Does not find anyone, but Mudkip is killed by just Kairos' primary fire. And just this aggression by Flying Lions, keeping them near their spawn is very impressive. You would expect them to hold back and abuse that spawn distance, and now he's emoting to use that third person to his advantage. Upsetting with the Tire here, finds PDK just to assert dominance there with the immortality field out as well. Sip and Fanta. Kairos finding hitting a lot of head with those pistols.
What great blink management by Kairos.
And he immediately dies to PDK. Okay.
It's the curse of Gizmo. Anytime I start talking good about someone, they die immediately.
That is the caster's curse. Come in once again. You start saying something's good and immediately becomes bad.
Oh, what a
setting. Getting pulled off and shot by Mudkip. That was an amazing by Sippin. And oh, Capital goes down though. That is a very, very important piece of Battalion going down. The PDK Tire gives in, but Panic. His Prime is going to get it. And MB Compton eats the pulse bomb. The Shadow comes in, finds 2. But Battalion are going to find the picks here to start this cart moving again. But even though the cart was at 103 meters, over the time that they weren't in control of it, it went backwards. So they are going to have a little bit of movement left before they start pushing past. There's going to be one more fight left on this point for Flying Lions. It's going to be very close here. They're going to get the contest. The Gravitic Flux comes in from Greninja.
Ooh, upsetting.
Oh, upsetting. Oh, yeah. And that is going to be Battalion starting to... Battalion going to be winning this fight and this point. But only only 2 minutes. And if you remember, that's not much more than what Flying Lions had when they attacked. Upsetting as this tire here, as well as, oh, well, he doesn't have that tire right now. He is dead. He's going to be waiting for his respawn. And Mudkip, that's a crucial pick, as there's going to be a little bit of a rush to try and contest here. The immortality field, the amplification is going to come out. They're going to be able to contest, but the tire coming in from a setting, going to find Mudkip and the immortality field, but the tire from PDK is going to find Cinnamon and WASD. It's going to find 2-3 for PDK. Another incredible Junkrat play, and is anyone going to be able to touch here? That is going to be it. Battalion taking the preseason finals 3-0.
Just dominance. Absolute dominance by PDK. He is known in our community as the J Silly King, and he has kept his crown tonight.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see what he does the rest of this season. You know, I got to see him play a little Tracer too, which was a nice little change of pace.
Yeah.
And I think him and Mudkip are a great, DPS duo. So they're going to be a tough team to beat in the Discord tier. They're definitely going to have a huge target just coming right out of the gate. Flying Lions, they put up some good fights tonight too. They didn't make it easy for them, and it's going to be an interesting season just for the Disc tier team alone. So I'm looking forward to it. And as far as the meta goes with DPS, the only characters you can really say that were from the meta right now was Ashe and a little bit of Genji, but not enough to really make a difference.
Yeah, and it really just was a perfect narrative for PDK there, having both of the DPS on Flying Lions just trying to play his Junkrat, but he came out on top there. The King.
Props to Capital, huge windows, huge immortalities, showing that even as a support player, you can be a dominant force as well alongside your DPS players. He actually took out Upsetting a couple of times on the Pharah. So I think, teams that are going to go up against Battalion later, it might be a thing to look out for. If you want to try to run the pharmacy, you really got to make sure that you might even need a diva for protection with a little defense matrix, because Capital's looking up in the skies as well.
Yeah, it's very tough as a Baptiste. You have to play the ground in the healing game, but you also playing the air game, trying to counter that Pharah Mercy combo. Very, very good. So, looking forward into what Overwatch Tranquility is doing next, we have on the 31st, tomorrow, we have a Pugs and Q&A session. It's going to be great fun. It's going to be a very interesting day. We're going to have the admin team coming on, answering some questions. It's going to be very, very interesting. And very soon, August 4th, we have the start of the 5th season with Modify and Slipstream in the Harmony tier. And that's something that I would not want to miss coming in. We have some really interesting matches. The 5th, we have Ghostly Peppers and Primal, and the 6th we have Exodus and Ignis. As well, during the halftime, we saw the ad of 15% discount on the Overwatch Tranquility Spreadshirt store. With the discount, the sale ends on the 31st, and
And don't forget the Iris podcast on Monday. We'll finally get to see what shirts NPC decided to buy and represent. So I don't know, guys. If you haven't sent your clip in, tonight was the last night for that. So let's find out who he's going to be repping on Monday. Let's go Paradise.
Yeah. But it's going to be very exciting seeing what happens there. So.
Well, everyone, have a wonderful evening. I'm Gizmo Charmander.
Yeah. So on the screen now, you do see our social medias. Mine doesn't have an ad on it because it was too long. And those are our socials. You also see the subscribe, follow, and join us on those different socials: YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. Any likes, comments, subscribes helps a ton.
I'm Gizmo Charmander,
I'm K-Wing.
and this was Overwatch Tranquility. Everyone have a great night.
Have a good night.